Hello, I'm Serge from Swiss Tesla Fan. So today we're going to look at basically a problem with lines, because as you know, the Tesla autopilot really works better when there are lines on the road, and we'll look at the situation here in Switzerland and what is the problem with these lines and what could be done to actually improve them. So let's get on the road. So you can see one of the issues here with these Swiss roads. Oh, there's another Tesla. Is that we don't have line markings all over the place, and actually here there's a bike lane, and this bike lane, what it means is that if there's a bicycle here on this lane, I need to give it space, and you'll actually see that the car notices the lane there, and it also calculates here. You can see a line here, but actually it tells me I can turn it on. Let's try to turn it on. Okay, so is it going? Yeah, it's going to the middle of the road here a little bit. It's not staying that close to. Yeah, it's having tons of trouble here. You can see it's not sure where to go. So fortunately here there was nobody, but you can see that this is not the expected behavior that you want on these types of roads. And the reason that Switzerland doesn't have lines in the middle is that we have a law that says that if pavement is less wide than a certain amount, there's no line indicating that will have trouble crossing. It's an interesting law, let's say, but it does cause a lot of issues for autonomous vehicles, because autonomous vehicles will still like to have an indication as to the fact that this is a two-way line. So you see here, this is a very difficult scenario for an autonomous car. I'm not sure how it could handle it, but maybe they will one day. So yeah, this is just a good example of the difficulties here. Here you see there's a line in the middle of the road. That's because here the road is wide enough, just barely, but it is, so that they can actually paint a line. So this should work with autopilot, but I'm not going to do it now because I have a car behind me and don't want to bother them. This is rush hour after all, so I don't want to bother people if the car is driving a little bit slow or doing weird things. So, but yeah, I just wanted to illustrate this. This is, I think, specific to Switzerland, but there might be other countries with the same laws. You see here, we lose the line again, and so the car cannot resolve lines, and autopilot auto steer will not turn on. So this is beautiful forest. It's fall here, October. And this one is even more interesting. So here we have lines on both sides of the road, but no line in the center. And this is also a two-way road. So here, I'm not sure if I turned on auto steer what it would do, but it would probably go to the middle of the pavement, which is really dangerous. So yeah, this is where I'm more skeptical about full self-driving. I'm not sure this is going to come anytime soon. Unless they figure out a way to calculate this. So the way I have to deal with it, if a car comes the other way, is that we both have to slow down and try to cross at a slow speed to make sure that we don't crash into each other, or at least hit the rear view mirrors. Okay, this part is really dirty. And you'll see here it's even worse. Okay, see, this is pretty dangerous. That guy was going too fast. Okay, so here we're going up this way here, and it's not wide enough to cross. And so basically here, hopefully people will wait. I do have the right of way, as the sign indicates here. But yeah, crossing here is almost impossible. So one of the cars will have to back up if it's engaged. So yeah, this is definitely stuff that autonomous cars will have trouble with. Of course, you can use machine learning and this is what Tesla is doing to learn these situations. But I'm guessing that there's going to be a lot of training needed before these cars can reliably do this on all kinds of different situations. But that's why we're driving Teslas, to actually do fleet learning. And here you see there's another issue with these bumps, speed bumps. I've never dared to try to see if the car can actually detect them and slow down. I would really prefer that if it can detect them, that the software be updated to display the fact that it has seen them. Because otherwise it could drive on top of one of these in a manner that's way too fast and possibly damage the car. If you're coming like 80 on one of these, you should never be driving more than 30 kilometers an hour or even less when you're encountering one of these speed bumps. These speed bumps are it's difficult to tell, but I would say between 15 and 20 centimeters high. So that's a pretty high bump, and I always wonder how sports cars actually manage to get over these. But I'm guessing some of them have dynamic suspension that they can put higher when they need to get over these. At least I saw that McLarens have that. So yeah, there's traffic here. So here again, I'm in a little bit of traffic. There's a red light in front of me. And here, there's no lines on the side of the roads, and I don't know why, because here the road is more than wide enough. So this is really strange. It seems the car is probably tracking the cars in front of us, because here it is resolving, let's say, virtual lines that don't exist. So I'm assuming it's just using car tracking, tracking the car that's in front of us. But I'm not sure. But actually, in a few meters, it gets higher, and the pavement won't be wide enough anymore to justify lines. So maybe that's why they did it. And actually, we're in the middle of a village also, so this might explain it. But yeah. If there were lines everywhere, at least middle lines, it would make the job a lot easier for these autonomous cars and for Teslas that are mostly based on visual recognition. So that's the thought for regulators, that maybe we should put lines everywhere, which is the case, for example, in the US. I saw also from a lot of other videos in other countries that a lot of countries have lines everywhere. But I know other countries like Malta, where I was on vacation, those roads are crazy tight, and you can't even see what's coming. And there's no lines on the roads whatsoever. And at some point you wonder, how are you ever going to cross a car? And it's mostly a way of life there. So I don't think autonomous cars are coming to Malta anytime soon. Okay, that's it for this video. Hope you liked it. Make sure to put a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe and hit the notification bell to get notified when I release my next video. So that was an overview of the problem with the lines in Switzerland. And of course, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to use the comments. And last but not least, if you're interested in purchasing one of these great cars, don't hesitate to use referral code. I'll put mine in the description below, and if you do use my referral code, I'll make sure to help you with the purchase process as much as I can. All right, that's it for this video, and see you in the next one.